Hello, 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 and good evening. Good evening, family, bold and driven family. This is Queen D of Queen Court's Conversation. And I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to sit here and listen to me for 1 hour if you do. I appreciate if you do, though, because I do take the time out of my schedule to bring you information, or should I say, spiritualization of things that's on my mind that was given to me from a higher power. So I'll start with that. First, I want to talk about some things that's happened to me this past weekend because I like to be transparent with things because I have to get it off my chest. Well, let's start with this. Queen D loves to work out. It's like an aphrodisiac. It's like having an orgasm. It just makes me feel good. And since I don't have a man, I guess I'll be working out a lot more. Doesn't mean I can't get one. I got a lot of people wanting to talk to me, but look, everything at its appointed time. You have to take your time when you want to have a relationship. And you also have to be realistic about your life. Do you have time to invest in a relationship? And you don't want to leave that other person hanging who's expecting you to invest in them. Okay, just had to put that little sidebar in there. So this weekend, um, I try my best on the weekends to go and work out. Because I've been traveling a lot this summer, and so I've been eating a lot. So when you eat a lot, you got to try to work some of that stuff off because it makes me feel too lazy and lethargic, and I want to be on my game. If you know what I'm talking about, I want to be the best version of who I am. So Queen loves to work out. My background is also, as you know, I've told you I am a special needs teacher. But what you didn't know was back in the day, when I was like 18, I went and got my certification for fitness. And from there, I was on this journey of taking good care of myself and exercising and eating right, all that good stuff. And I became obsessed. I became a vegetarian. I became extremely thin. I wouldn't eat anything that had fat. I kept no salt or sugar or oil. I was one of those. I didn't eat meat because I was excited about this whole process, this whole journey of mine. I got awards for fitness. I started running and did marathons. And guess what? Because I'm an A-type personality, I overdid it and end up 6 months in a cast from overtraining. Yeah, then I became a big baby and I cried every day in physical therapy. Until I got my leg was the size of my arm, and I do not lie about this stuff. It was ridiculous, and but I had to rebuild every muscle in my right leg, and to this day, if I overdo it, my knee will say, hey, back up. Remember what the doctor said? Treat me as if you're always injured if you want to stay healthy with this knee. So whenever my knee starts to swell, it's just a constant reminder that it's time for me because I've overdone it. Okay. Now, let's get back to what I was talking about this. Well, what happened was this weekend, I was stressed out, and that is what my topic is going to be about, getting stressed out. Now, if you know Queen D, that you know that I am all about inspiration, empowerment, just motivational stuff, just being transparent, and anything that I feel that's in my heart that resonates in my spirit that I want to pass on to you. Because I'm all about positivity. I'm all about energy. I'm all about feeling good on the inside so you can look good on the outside. Check out my video on TikTok for those. Hey, listen, follow me also on Lorraine M. Wild, which means the queen in me, because on TikTok, I talk about that. But what I was saying is, so I go to the gym, right? I'm doing my workout. I'm feeling good. Yeah. Okay now. Yes, I got this. I'm going to burn this fat off because I'm going to Vegas in 3 days. I am going to Vegas in 3 days. And I go back to go to the bathroom. I take off my back support, my waist cincher, because I want to have that hourglass figure, you know. Anyway, and when I come back, my back support is gone. And I'm like, okay, where is it? I have confidence. I'm going to the front desk. They probably have it because that's where people return cell phones and earphones and gloves and everything. I have no reason to believe that someone would want a wet back brace. Huh? Ew. So I go to the front desk and they say, I say, excuse me, does anyone uh, by any chance return my back brace? And he's like, no. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? Then I broke. You're kidding me, right? Who would want my sweaty back brace? Well, obviously somebody wanted it. Go back to the locker room to get dressed. Mind you, my locker is open. I went to the bathroom. Everything is in place. There's no reason for me to believe that there's something wrong. Pack up. I'm walking to the front. I'm reaching for the key. And guess what? No key. Maybe I didn't put it in that side pocket that I always put it in. Perhaps maybe this was different. I look again. I dump things out. No key. Oh, it gets worse. I walk to the front. I parked in the front. I got the first parking space this time. I actually thought I was lucky. I thought I was blessed this morning because I brought my son with me, who's a college student now. He's like, Mom, where's the car? I'm like, what are you talking about? Where's the car? The car is right there. He's like, no, Mom, the car is not there. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course it's there. He said, well, perhaps we parked it. No. Remember when I said to you, I'm lucky, I'm excited because we got the first parking space right in front of the gym. Guess what? So I says to the person at the front desk, hey, I believe, well, I'm quite sure someone stole my car. He's like, what? Someone stole your car? I'm like, yeah, I cannot believe this. Because see, in my mind, in Queen D's mind, because see, I'm in North Carolina. I'm in Hope Valley. I'm in a section where, well, you know what I'm talking about. There's no reason for me to think that someone took these keys because guess what? Everybody who drives up there got a fabulous car, okay? So why would they want to take mine, right? Well, I was mistaken because guess what? It had to be a female. Yes, it had to be a female because there were no men in my locker room. And to top it off, the locker room wasn't crowded because I literally came later than I normally come. Okay. I normally come at 7. I came at 10:30, 11. Normally by that time, I'm usually leaving by 11:30, 12 because I like to stay at least 2 to 3 hours in the gym. I told you I'm obsessed with working out, okay? Because the more I work out, the better I feel, and the better I feel, the more I continue. you know? So, needless to say, the car was gone. So I had to call my other son. I have 3, and I should not have told him because he was like, "What? Someone took your car? Oh my God!" He was there within like 10 minutes. He must have been flying in that Sonata. So he came, he picked me up. And of course, I told my other son who was working at the hotel, and he was like, okay. So we called the police department because I had to get my fan club, my kids, my sons, like, hey, your mom's car was stolen. Let's take care of this like now, pronto. So we called the police and we got, the police involved and everything. And you know what he said to me? He said, well, ma'am, I hate to tell you this, but this car's always so. I'm familiar with this problem. You see, it happens all the time at gyms. You're not the first one. There was a car stolen last week and the other week before and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to hear that. He says, but we're all right. You know what's going to happen? They're going to drive they run out of gas. And I'm thinking, my pocketbook was in that car. My Michael Kors and my wallet with all of my ID and money was in there. And you know what? I'll tell you something, kings and queens. I really don't care about the money. What I care about is my ID. That's what I care about. I don't care about the pocketbook. Be honest with you. Yeah, I'm upset about the car, but I have insurance. That's what the insurance is for. Insurance is for the what if. And that is what what I'm going to talk about today is about. Stressed out. That's the title today. Stressed out. Now, let me tell you something about being stressed out. I had just posted before I went to the gym. Let me get my Prosecco. Yes, got to. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I had already posted that morning on my Facebook page, which is Alice Clayton. Well, Facebook wouldn't let me do Queen D. They let me do it on my fan page, but they won't let me do it on my original page. Facebook has their rules. So by this time, if you don't already know it, my name is Alice Darlene, which means Truth, Beloved Clayton. That's my birth name. Okay. So anyway, I had just posted on my Facebook page about I am not a product of my situation. Okay. It's about the attitude that you do. Something like that. Excuse me. So I'm not a product of my situation because I handle it with grace and mercy from the Lord. Okay. But so I feel that, excuse me, this is a test because you see, the enemy will see if he can make a liar out of you. And on that note, I'm going to take a break to get some water. And we'll be right back. Oh, listen. Excuse me. I got so excited that when I had some of that prosecco, it went down the wrong pipe and started tickling my vocal cords. But you see, I'm working for prosecco, okay? And I do love it. Else I wouldn't be working for them. Okay, that's the way I feel. You have to believe in a product in order to actually sell it. You have to love it, and I love prosecco. Okay, now, like I was saying, so I had posted that morning that is not your situation; it's how you handle it. It's your attitude. So I was like, okay, okay, this is a test. This is a test. The devil want to make a lie out of me. Okay, okay, I got this. I got this. All right, I got this. Okay. Handle yourself, Queen D, like a queen that you are. So what I did was gave the police department all of the information. Then after that, because I was going to get my nails done, and my mother and I was going to get our nails done after I worked out. But that's okay. So I called up as an adult, a mature adult, and I said, listen, I don't want to be one of those people who do not show up for their appointment, even though I'm stressed out in my mindset. I want you to know that I would like to reschedule. Because see, this is my first time there, and I didn't want them to like flag me as a person who's irresponsible on the first date. And they was like, thank you so much for calling. I said, you're welcome. Can I please make another appointment for tomorrow? And they said, absolutely. So that's what I did. But after that, I went to Enterprise. I went and got me hey, if I'm going to do it up, I went and got the best vehicle I could get on the lot, okay, with my insurance, because that's what insurance is for, the what if. And, let me tell you something. Everybody needs to do this. I was so proud of myself because at home, I got three other wallets identical to the one that was stolen in my pocketbook in a different color because I had got these Michael Kors wallets in different colors. But to be honest with you, my brother bought them for me. So I'm not going to take all the credit for that. Every Christmas, he sends me one. He's so sweet. But anyway, but I always make sure that I have a copy of my COVID-19 shots, all of my shots, booster, everything. And I also make sure I have a copy of my driver's license, my social security card, my bank cards, everything. I have copies in every wallet identical. So everybody think about that because you don't want to be in this situation where people steal your livelihood and your identity and you don't even have another wallet with the same stuff in it. It's not the fact that they might use it, the fact that at least you have it. So I call my bank, of course, and explain to them that if someone comes driving up, because I don't go in the bank anymore, they trained me to be in the car, so now I don't feel like going in. So they shut down everything. Everything has been shut down. And I'm so glad they did that. So I went and got my other pocketbook, which has the same identical information. So it made me feel better, because I didn't want to feel like I had nothing. So think about it. If I had not made copies of everything, including my COVID-19 cards, which I need because I'm getting ready to go to Canada. And I need my stuff when I travel, overseas and stuff, or go to other countries, So I have to have all this ID. But the point is, people, queens out there, make sure you make not one copy, two copies, because I went back again and now made some more copies again to make sure that I got everything in place. So if they take something, I got a copy to back it up. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about, being stressed out. So I had to handle my stress because I can't inspire others and not keep my word. So it was all about attitude. Okay. So I took care of everything. So everything is good now. I took care of everything. I'm going to DMV tomorrow to pick up my. Hey, I even got two copies of my driver's license. One from my recent and one that I had 2 years ago 5 years ago before I moved. So what I was talking about is when you're stressed out. We are living in a climate where people are crazy and they will do anything, as you probably heard on the news already. So we have to be very careful. We have to be with everything we do. Okay. So what I'm saying is that in order to take care of your stress, understand one thing: timing is everything and everything we do. And today is like 95 today. So I'm going to ask my assistant to please get me something because I am sweating. Make sure the air is on 65 and bring me a napkin. I'm sweating terribly here. Okay. But timing is everything. It really is. Do not allow yourself to get stressed out about everything. It's about attitude. It's about how you handle it. That's what it's about. It's about how you handle it. You know, I was I angry? Absolutely. Something of mine was taken away. So yes, I was angry. That's normal. But I also knew that I had to take care of business because that's what we queens do, and that's what we kings do. We take care of things because we are living in a very stressful climate right now. Today is your new normal. We're not going back to 2019 and behind that. We got to learn how to survive in the climate that we're in. So, everyone out there, make sure you have copies of everything. Make sure your doors are locked. We can't even trust. We thought we couldn't trust in 2019. It's even worse today. Okay, and there's a lot of things going on. I've had people tell me, you got to get some firearm, blah 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 blah. This is the climate we live in. But listen, there's nothing we can do except learn how to adapt in this community. So I'm going to segue and talk about it right now. Timing. This is a new time in our life. 2022 is the beginning, actually, of what life is going to look like in our near future. It's about women's rights. It's about gay rights. It's about African American rights, human rights. It's about everything on the table. So make sure you vote. Make sure you vote for the things that matter to you. Don't depend on someone else to do it for you because guess what? You can only push and motivate you. This is our season now, and timing is everything. And that's what I'm going to talk about too. Timing. This is the time to get your life, our lives, because I don't exclude myself, in the new order. We are in a new world order. How do we handle that? In this new world order, if you are alive and well, and you're listening to me right now, you are in a new world order. It is not by accident that you are alive. It's not by accident that you were chosen to be here to survive in this new world order. If you are feeling anxious and stressed in this new world order, that's normal because we have to adjust to this new world order. And it takes time to adjust into something that is unfamiliar. Let's talk about that. I said timing is everything. It's like planting seeds. I was listening to T.D. Jakes because I love how he puts things. And he was talking about timing is everything. And he's absolutely right. If we are stressed out, it's because of the time that we are living in. Even if you say and you hear your family or your auntie or your grandma or your mother say, oh, we're living in the last days. Hey, I heard that when I was a small child. So that means we've been living the last days for a long time, haven't we? Okay. We've been living in the book of Revelation for a long time, haven't we? And they go, no, no, no. Well, this is even worse than before. Well, guess what? It's not going to get better. But you can get better. You can learn to adjust to the season that you are in right now. That's right. So let's talk about that. There's something that we are here to do. That's right. And only you can figure that out. I can't figure out yours. You got to figure that out. Because I'm still figuring out mine because this is the new season that we're in. How do we know? How do we know what our path is? Because let me tell you something. If you are alive today and you are thriving in this climate and surviving in this climate, then you know that there's things for you to do. What seeds have you planted? Because we all are planting seeds. But if you were expecting to get a harvest tomorrow, no, that's not happening. No, we would like it to be immediate. My son, he's one of those. He wants everything like now because he came from the microwave generation. You know, uh, everything at your fingertips, like, oh, my food's gonna be ready in 1 minute. Woo, the popcorn's gonna be ready in 3 minutes. Woo, I can just go on a laptop and order stuff from Amazon and it'll be here in 24 hours. That's the generation he came from. I didn't come from that generation. I came from a generation, the last of my parents, where you still had to wait for stuff. That's right. So if you think that you plant a seed today and you get a harvest tomorrow, you're fooling yourself. If you think that you pray and you're going to get this like drop from the sky tomorrow, you're fooling yourself. No. But see, we are intelligent to know that everything, including my exercise. Oh, yeah, I would love for when I exercise that I would be slim tomorrow. I would love that. Who wouldn't? I would love that if I do 10 waist bends, my waistline is going to drop 10 inches. But that's not real life. Because even when you pray, you still got to do the work. When you plant seeds, you got to wait for the roots, for it to take root. You got to wait for it to sprout up. And even when it sprouts, it's not ready yet for the picking. It's not ready to put on the table yet. You have to wait for your harvest. Does that mean it's not coming? Absolutely no, but everything takes time. It's about timing. Think about it. When you're baking a cake, you don't just put the eggs in and the sugar and the flour and stir them. You got a cake. No, you got to put it in the oven. Even then, you still got to wait a half hour, sometimes an hour, depending on the cake. And then when it comes out, yes, yes, look at this beautiful cake. And hey, it's not over yet. Because when it cools off, you're still waiting patiently. When it cools off, and then you get a chance to slice it. And then you put it on a plate and you pass it out to your man or your family members, your friends, and you taste it. And you're like, yes. That's because you worked for that. You worked for that. So you deserve to reap the harvest. You deserve to enjoy your cake that you baked. Mhm. It didn't just happen. You put the sweat and tears into that cake. You put the love in that cake. You anticipated what it would taste like when you're finished. You wanted to hear your family and friends and your man say, "Ooh, baby, this is good. I like this. Yummy. It's delicious." That's what I'm talking about. Well, that's the way it is with everything in your life. That's right. Everything takes time. So we got to calm down. Queen D had to calm down, say, "Hey, wait a minute now. You just posted today. Don't let the devil make a liar out of you. What you gonna do?" Attitude. No, gratitude over attitude. So I said, okay, okay, take care of your business. Step one, you done made your complaint. Step two, okay, call the police. Step three, get someone to pick you up. Step four, Go to Enterprise. Step 5. Let me back up a little. Call your insurance company, then go to Enterprise and get yourself another vehicle. I got myself a 2022. No, I'm lying to you. I got a 2021, okay? But listen, that's what I'm talking about. So everything is a process. So we got to learn how to calm down. You want things to change in your life? Then you do what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You can't say, oh, well, I tried this and that. Well, try again. Nothing beats a failure but a try. If one thing don't work, try again. Isn't that what we tell our children? If you got children, and if you're an auntie, isn't that what or a grandma? Hey, when they cry and they fail, we don't just say, okay, oh, well. No, we encourage them. We motivate them. So motivate you. We have to motivate each other, because no one can push and motivate you better than you, because you know how you feel. Now, if you want to curse someone out, you want to curse and kick and scream, hey, get it off your chest. But I tell you one thing, it ain't going to bring that car back no quicker. I'll tell you that. You got to be patient and wait for that car to come back. And guess what? I'm already prepared. If this car doesn't return, because hey, that happened on Saturday, it is now Monday, and they are just now finding the surveillance tape where they actually see the member, quote unquote, of Planet Fitness who took my car. So now the authorities are working on that. She could have took that to a body shop with her boyfriend. They could have went to the beach on my money, okay? My cash, not my credit cards now. What I'm saying is, after you have kicked and screamed and you felt stressed out, do what you got to do. It's all about your attitude and how you handle it. So I said, okay, that's what my insurance is for. The what if. Now, let's take care of that. Got myself a car. I'm driving around in a brand new car, and singing my songs and playing my music. Does that mean I don't care? No. That means I'm healing myself. I'm taking care of my emotions and my state of mind. Because guess what? Queen D still got to work. Queen D still got to go to Las Vegas in 3 days. Queen D still got shows to do. Okay? So I can't just up and down and continue to have a tantrum. I'm an adult. And as an adult, as a spiritual adult, as a child of God, I'm expecting him to handle this. He said, lay your burdens at his feet. Hey, don't think Queen D wasn't praying. Lord, I'm praying for justice. That's it. That's all I can do. The rest, the burden is at his feet. I've taken the burden off of me. And Queen D's going to keep it moving. And that's what you got to do in all situations. I don't care what it is. Perfect example. My mother. God rest her. I love her to death. She doesn't have a spinal cord injury, but she acts like she does after the death of my dad. So I had to bring in physical therapy, because she wouldn't stand up and walk. So she got to do the work. Because her knees locked after a year. So whatever your situation is, know this. If you're stressed out in this new climate, in this new normal, you got to make yourself happy. You got to figure it out. We all have to figure it out. But timing is everything. I don't care what it is. If you're a comic and you tell a joke, it's all about timing. If you are a chef, it's all about timing. Patience. That's right. Patience. Everything is patience. That's what we have to do in the climate that we live in today. Okay, so understand one thing. We all are human beings, and we are going to come up against different things that's going to stress us out. But you got to know who you are. You got to figure it out. Because we all are born into this world with purpose. And we have choices. We can decide whether we want to be upset and mope and want self-pity and tell everybody what happened, or we can do something about it. It's really up to us. Because it doesn't matter what the situation, it's all about the choices you make and how you handle it, how you handle your stress. Because let me tell you something. Queen D, me, Alice Clayton, Alice Darlene Clayton. Let me tell you what oh my God, I had this show to do. And I had some of the best women on my show. I was so excited. But before that, I had preparation. And it was stressing me out because good stress is just as bad as bad stress if you don't take care of it. I wasn't sleeping from excitement. I was running around like a crazy person. And my mind was like, yo, hey, you haven't really eaten. You are running on fumes. And guess what? I wasn't sleeping till 5 in the morning. But see, I'm a high energy person. That's my adrenaline. That's my adrenaline kicking in. But guess what? My mother said to me, because she's very wise, it doesn't matter if it's your adrenaline, your body's still gonna slowly close down and deteriorate. I started feeling sick. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? It was because I wasn't getting enough rest. That's what stress would do to you. Good stress or bad stress. You got to take care of yourself, self-care, so you can handle your outside stresses. Fast forward. Here I am in Washington, D.C. These beautiful queens is at the table. I come out. We have a wonderful time. And I felt so relieved. But it was the built up of stress. So understand, even if you're excited, you gotta take time out to take good care of yourself. That is number one. Number one, take care of your stress and understand you're here with a purpose. And whatever that purpose is, you still have to be patient. And that patience can stress you out. Oh, yes, it can. Because it takes patience to handle stress. And we'll be right back. Let me tell you something about Bold and Driven. They are some cool people. I just love being on this platform with this family. So definitely like and subscribe and give respectable, respectable comments, of course, good ones, of course, and do the same for Queen D, of course. So listen, like I was saying, in order to succeed, timing is everything. But stress, even good stress, has to be managed. And the reason why I'm talking about patience and timing and seasons and stuff is because we can get stressed out when we want something. When we want something right now in this culture of microwave culture and technology, when we are able to get things at our fingertips at the snap of a finger, hey, we can get stressed out. Do you know we can actually get stressed out on our phone when we're trying to pull up something that takes 1 minute? This is where we are in this culture right now. We've allowed ourselves not to be realistic about organic things, which is patience, timing, and season. We've gotten away from that, but real life means real patience. Even if a woman is pregnant, the seed is planted and the gestation takes 9 months for that beautiful human being to be born. Everything in life takes patience, and you cannot allow yourself to get stressed out realistically. See, we have allowed ourselves to forget the organic part of nature. If you think about a plant, when you plant it in the ground, when you plant that seed in the ground, you don't expect it to come out a big plant the next day, do you? No, it takes time. And that is what our life is too. It takes time for everything we want. It's not even a relationship. First, you might be talking on the phone, or you meet someone on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, whatever. The point is this: LinkedIn, it takes time. Now, the young people, when I say young people, I mean people in their 20s and early 30s, they still psychologically think, oh, this is going to be a great relationship. No, not. Relationships take time. Just because you guys are texting each other and DM each other with nice, beautiful words, pretty words, that's not a relationship. Everybody knows a good relationship, can be stressful, just like marriage. It takes time for that seed to be planted, to you to start talking on the phone, to you to start dating, and from dating to actually have a real meaningful relationship. It takes patience. And you young people, I'm talking to you, yes, have to have patience. Your beauty, your Instagram post is not enough. It'll get you in the door. Yeah, he sees your fabulous body. He sees how gorgeous you look. What you got to offer him? But that, it takes patience. And the same thing for you men out there, you kings. When you're looking at these queens, hey, a six pack is not enough. You got to have some brains between the ears. You got to have a career. You got to be working on yourself. Oh, hmm. Just because you're good in bed, we don't know that yet. Because even that takes patience. You may not get a home run on the first try, okay? Because everybody's different. So even with sex, it takes time. Yeah. You got to have the build up. You got to have the foreplay. You got to learn each other's bodies. You have to learn intimacy. You got to warm each other up before that orgasm takes place. Everything you do takes time. Timing is everything. So there's no point in getting riled up and stressed out. It's okay when something is serious as someone stealing something from you, like a car or taking your wallet. Hey, but after that, you got to be on your game. You got to say, okay, calm down. Where do we go from here? That's in a relationship. That's in money management, that's in teaching, that's in performing, that's in sports, that's everything. Preparation leads to success. Even praying, when you pray, it's work. You're praying to God, you're having faith. You are expecting something, but even that takes time. And He will work it out His way. So understand something. The enemy tries to convince you. Oh, well, you can have it like that. Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. You want to graduate from high school and college? You're going to have to study to show yourself approved. You want a good job in that particular field? You're going to have to take the time to find out about the company or the skill set. You want to get a driver's license? No point in getting stressed out and getting pissed off if you fail the test. Go back, figure out why you failed, and have patience to take that test again till you pass. That's right. Stressed out is a temporary thing, but patience leads to success. Consistency leads to success. It's a process, just like seeds being planted in the ground. You want bread? You got to plant a seed. Then the seed has to grow. But first, it has to root. You have to water it. Then the roots sprout out until the wheat is grown up. Patience. Pluck the wheat. You got to go through a process. Go to the factories to get the grain, to make the bread, to put in the supermarket, to get to your table, to make your sandwich. So there's no point in getting stressed out because everything takes time. If you want success, like I said, stress out for just a temporary fix and then do what you gotta do because you have purpose. You wouldn't be put on this planet without purpose. But everything you do, everything takes time. Everything. I don't care what it is. It's going to take time. And time means you have to have patience. That's right. So, yeah, allow yourself a short, quick stress out. And then after that, okay, get in the right attitude and do what you gotta do. Because even an athlete has to train to get to be a great basketball player, a great football player, a great hockey player, great in karate. I don't care what sport it is. You gotta train and you're gonna get stressed out because you want it now. But there is no such thing as now. Preparation will decrease your stress level. Preparation. And even if you're on a diet, let's talk about that because Queen D is always talking about going on a diet. And I do go on diets. And then I want to exercise now and I want the results tomorrow. I want to wake up skinny. It ain't going to happen. My reward comes when I work out and I eat right. And then I get back on the scale and say, oh, I got a pound off. Let me keep going. Do I get stressed out because I'm tired of eating like a rabbit? Absolutely. Because I love food. I ain't going to lie to you. I love good tasting food. But even good tasting food to be prepared takes time. Whoever's making that food is doing it with love. It's a process to wash off the meat, to get it seasoned, to marinate it overnight, whatever, whatever type of meat it is, or your salads or your macaroni cheese. All that takes time. You can't jump the process because if you do, you will fail. Perfect example, lottery winners. Statistics show that those who win the lottery and get millions of dollars are broke within a couple of years. Why? Because they didn't go to a financial advisor. They didn't go through the steps of preparation to put some in investments, to make sure they save. Yeah, they didn't go through the steps. They were so excited and happy. But when you make millions or win millions, it's a process. A millionaire didn't just wake up one day and say he's a millionaire. And even if they were born a millionaire, someone in the family had to do the process for them to be born a millionaire. Someone did the work. And yes, that person who did the work got stressed out, but they kept going because consistency is the key to success. And yes, you will get stressed, but you got to figure out how not to get stressed out to the point where you are on blood pressure medicine. You got to figure out what you got to do. Why do you think Queen D is having this glass of wine? Okay. Now, I love it, yes. But hey, there's a lot of things in my life you don't know about. One, like I said, my car was stolen. But two, my mother is disabled. Three, my father died. I could go on with my list, but I'm not going to. But I am being transparent enough to let you understand that I just found out that my auntie, who was 95, God bless her soul, passed away last night from dehydration. So we all have different things in our life. And I could go on with even more tragic stories, which I will not tell you, from my girlfriends and my friends and la 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 la. Yes, stressed out, it could happen. Now you might say, well, Queen Bee, hey, well, why don't you get a cup of coffee? Or no, coffee will stimulate me. I'll tell you that. But I don't have to have a glass of wine. I could literally just drink a lot of water and maybe have some juice, or maybe ask the doctor for some anxiety medicine. But see, Queen Bee is a researcher. And I found out that champagne, the Queen of England drinks a glass of champagne every night. So I said, well, let me Google the benefits of champagne, make sure that I'm not a bad girl. And nothing wrong with being a bad girl, as long as you ain't hurt nobody else, okay? No judgment zone, because Queen D is all about no judgment zone, okay? But found out that champagne is good for you. It doesn't mean that I'm advertising for you to go drink champagne. Don't blame that on Queen D. I'm saying what's good for me, okay? Red wine, as you know, is resveratrol, which is excellent for the heart. One glass of wine. We all do what we need to do. You do what you need to do for you. Queen is doing what she needs to do for her. Okay. The point is, I'm alleviating my stress, and I've created an ambiance, an atmosphere that works for me. So when I go get my candles, and I go get my glass of champagne, or even my my cup of herbal tea, because I love herbal tea now. I believe in organic stuff. Whatever I do with my chamomile and my lavender and my rose petals, whatever ambiance I do, that's Queen D taking care of herself. I'm taking care of me to alleviate my stress. Whether it's good stress or bad stress, you still got to take care of it. So don't get yourself all stressed out without a backup plan. That's all I want to say tonight, because I could go on. But I look forward to seeing you again next Monday. This is Queen D for Queen's Court Conversation. Like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, bold and driven. That's what I am. For all of the bold and driven family out there, I'll see you next Monday evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. God bless you. Mwah.